in this video, we're going to talk about how to graphically find a slope, which means if I'm looking at a graph of a line, I want to figure out how steep is my line, because slope means the steepness of a line. And you might have also heard the term rate of change. Rate of change means the same thing as slope. They're just talking about the steepness of it. So there's 4 kinds of slope that we can look at. And when we are reading graphs, just like when we're reading, we always want to read from left to right. So when I'm looking at a positive slope, I start on the bottom and I look up. And you can think of it like a hill. If I'm starting down here, if I'm standing right here, I'm looking up the hill. That's what's positive slope. So positive slope is going up a hill. Negative slope, you'd be standing over here and going down. So negative slope, you would be sliding down a hill, whereas positive slope, you would be walking up a hill. Zero slope means I don't have any steepness. It's just a flat line. So zero slope looks like a horizontal line, just like this. And undefined slope means there is no steepness. It's just a literal straight drop. You can think of it like a cliff. It's just a drop straight down. There is no steepness involved. So those are the 4 kinds of slopes that we have. So now we're going to look and see, can we identify steeper slopes? So I have a couple examples for you. So the first we're going to look at between A or B. Now remember, we read from left to right. So for A, I start down here and I look up. That's my one slope. And then for B, I start down here and I'm looking up. So if you were here, if you were standing here, which hill is going to be harder to walk up? Yeah, the second guy right here. That's going to be your steeper of the 2 lines. You can also have a steep negative slope. So this is a negative slope because remember, we read from left to right. So again, you're standing here and you're going to, you're going to slide down. Again, over here, you're going to be standing here and you're going to slide down. So which hill would be faster? You got it, this one right here. C. That one is going to be the steeper of the 2. So now we're going to learn how to look at a graph and find the slope. So one thing that you have to know is in math, slope is denoted, which means written as the letter M. That represents slope. And slope is measured by the rise of your graph over the run. Rise means going up and down. How much did you go up or how much did you go down? And run is the horizontal from either right or left. So the easiest way to do this is to say I'm going to start on my left point and I'm either going to move up or down and then I'm going to move to the right. If I happen to move up, that means my slope is positive. If I happen to move down first, that means my slope is negative. But always start on the left-hand side. So I'm going to start here and I'm literally going to draw in, I like to call it a staircase. How much did I go up? So I'm starting here and I went up this far to get to this height here. And then I have to go over. Then I just count. Okay, so I went 1, 2, 3, 4. I went up 4. And then I went right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my slope is up 4, and we know up means positive. 4, right 5. Okay? And right means positive, and if you had to move left, that would be negative, just for future reference. Okay, let's try another one. So we're going to start on our left. Our left point is here. Remember, we are either going to move up or down first. In order for me to get to this point on the right, I have to move down, then to the right. So how much am I moving? I'm moving 2 down, and I'm moving 1, 2, 3 right. So how much is my slope? Remember, down means 2, so -2, down means negative, not down means 2, sorry. So I go down 2, which is a negative 2, divided by 3 to the right, and right is positive. So my slope is negative 2/3, and you can do a double check. You can look at it and say, is this a negative slope? If I'm standing over here at the top of my line or towards the left of my line, will I slide down? The answer is yes. So that makes sense that my answer is a negative slope. Okay, these ones are same concept. They just look a little bit different, but a couple math tips to remember. When you have 0 divided by a number, that equals 0. So 0 divided by anything is 0, but anything divided by 0 is something that we call undefined. Because remember, it's not okay to divide by 0. Not possible to divide something 0 times. Okay, so same concept. We're going to start on the point on the left, or the uppermost point usually. So on this guy, we're going to start here. Okay, and I'm not going any. I'm going to go down, and that's it. So I'm going down, 1, 2, 3. But I'm not going any over. So in this case, my slope is my rise, which is down 3 over my run. So I have negative 3 divided by 0, which is undefined. And you can just write UND. Stands for undefined. And remember, we said that undefined slope is like a straight drop, like a cliff. So it makes sense that my answer is undefined mathematically when I got divided by 0. Let's look at the next one. The next one, I'm going to start on my leftmost point, which is here. Okay, remember, we're going to go up or down first. I didn't go any up or down. I just went over. How many did I go over? 1, 2, 3. I went to the right 3. So my slope is my rise, which I didn't go any up or down, 0. And my run, I went right 3. And 0 divided by a number is equal to 0. So that makes sense that my slope is 0. Now if I look at my line like we talked about, I don't have any steepness in this line. It's totally flat. So it makes sense that I have a slope of 0 mathematically. Last example. What do you do if you have more than 2 points? The answer is you choose any 2 points that you want, and I will show you that it doesn't matter how you choose your points, you will still end up with the same answer. So we'll do this once in blue, and I'm going to pick the leftmost point, and I'm going to use the rightmost point. So I'm going to go all the way up this tall and all the way over. And I'm going to count. So I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so my slope is my rise. Remember, I went up 8, right 12. So up is positive, right is positive. 8 over 12. Now I want to reduce this as a fraction. So what number goes into both 8 and 12? The biggest number that goes in there is 4. So I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And 12 divided by 4 is 3. Okay, so I get a slope of 2/3. Now, let's try 2 different points. Let's do pink. So what if I choose here? Whoops. I'm going to go this high up and this over. Okay, and I'm going to count. I went 1, 2, 3, 4. I went up 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went right 6. So my slope here, up 4, right 6. Okay, and I can reduce this fraction too. What's a number that goes into both 4 and 6? 2. I'm going to divide the top and the bottom by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. and 6 divided by 2 is 3, so I get 2/3. And look at that. Same thing as I had before. And then the last thing that you can do is you can check if the slope of my line is 2/3. That means that I should be able to start at one point on my line, and I should be able to go up to right 3 and end up on my line. So if I go up to right 3, I end up on my line. Then I go up to 1, 2, right, 1, 2, 3. I end up on my line. I go up to right, 1, 2, 3. I end up on my line again. So you can see that it doesn't matter which 2 points you choose on a line, that you can always find the slope. Please let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.